What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Pleeka podcast. I'm Jerome.
And I'm Nick.
And today we're talking about Captain America, the Winter Soldier. Definitely number one MCU movie so far.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question.
This movie, like I had even though I've seen this movie probably like 10 to 20 times.
Have you really?
Yeah, I've had the most fun watching this movie so far.
Yeah, there's no part in it that I don't like.
Yeah, I read, because we do trivia at the beginning every week. This is one of them that I didn't include in mine, but I'll say it on here. They were actually going to include Hawkeye in this movie, and he was going to be part of like the task force to take down Captain America.
Oh, really?
But from what I read, it seemed like Jeremy Renner was like, I don't really want to be part of the bad guys again. You know, you guys did that to me in Avengers.
Yeah.
You guys kind of did that to me in Thor a little bit too. Like,
yeah.
I would rather be a hero. And then the directors are like, that's a good point. And also, there's way too many characters in this movie. It would be okay if we don't put you in it. And they all kind of settled and was like, yeah, that's fine.
No, I think that's a good move because, except for Avengers 2, where he like becomes the major good guy. And, like,
Yeah. Other than that, he's not a villain, but he's pretty bad in it.
Yeah.
Like he's at least after the heroes.
Yeah.
I just want to.
Which if they do that to him every time, it gets old.
Yeah.
No, I think that was a
it
good
would have
move.
been old at this point. But all right, so we'll get into the actual trivia that I wrote down. There's a deleted scene from Avengers 2012 that shows Steve learning about what happened to his commandos and to Peggy, and they used that footage in this film, which I believe is the scene where he was walking into the museum, and then they added the scene of him going into getting Peggy, because I know they filmed the Peggy part before in the hospital for this movie.
Yeah.
So I believe it's just the part of him walking through the museum and he sees that kid and all that. So like that was all supposed to be.
That's
Avengers.
interesting that they could actually do that. But
Yeah, which is funny because this is kind of skipping ahead a little bit, but that place is also the end credit scene with Bucky.
Yeah.
So it's funny, like if they would have used that in Infinity or in Avengers, I wonder if they would have used that same end credit scene or not.
Probably not.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of funny. And then my next one is, we talked about this during Black Panther, but Michael B. Jordan read for the role of Falcon. That would have been, like, at the time, that would have been like, oh my god, that would have been amazing.
Yeah.
But I'm glad he didn't, because we got this Falcon, and then we got him as Killmonger.
Yeah, we ended up getting 2 for 1.
Although, if he would have made it as Falcon, he maybe wouldn't have had to be in Fantastic Four. That could have been a plus for his career.
Yeah, his career's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. I like Falcon.
Yeah, me too. I really like. I can't name anything else the guy that plays Falcon has been in. I know I've seen him in a couple other things.
We saw that. What's that movie with? It just popped up on my Facebook feed that we saw it a year ago.
Is it 999?
999. Yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to, because I thought he was in something with Jesse, but I wasn't sure. He was in that. I liked him in a couple other things, but I think this is like my favorite stuff I've seen him in.
Wasn't he in that Eminem movie? Isn't he
Is he in 8 Mile?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Think so.
I just want to point out, you guys are going to see me move my mic a lot in the video podcast because I have this limp fucking mic stand that keeps pointing away from me.
Well, there's a reason.
It's real annoying. We both had fine ones, but mine broke because apparently I put it in there too hard.
Just buy some new ones for fuck's sake.
But these are the old ones I used to use, and he used to make fun of me because unintentionally, because we'd take these off and put everything away at the end of every podcast, I would put them back together and somehow always get the limp one.
Yeah.
And then the other day we're going to do a review, and I fucking get the limp one again. Because mine was going to snap in half. Yes, I'm trying to get it to stay, but I'm going to be moving my mic a lot. But alright, so we're going into the next one. This one would have been weird. I'm kind of glad they didn't do this in the movie, but at the same time it would have been interesting to see. The filmmakers originally intended that Dr. Arnim Zola transferred his consciousness into a robot and made an escape, but that was scrapped by Marvel executives for being too silly.
Yeah, I agree with that.
It would have been very silly, but
it's almost too silly the way it came out.
It depends. Like, imagine if they would have done that and then he was involved in Avengers 2 and like he's part with Ultron.
Oh, like they team up with each other or something.
Yeah, that would have been kind of a neat thing, don't you think?
Yeah, kind of. But when he popped up, like an old Atari video, like I was like, this is
Yeah,
kinda
watching it again,
stupid.
it's like, oh, that's so weird. Like, it's weird that like so many people accepted that as normal. 'Cause like a lot of these movies, like the comic book readers, they're gonna be like, oh, I'm fine with that. But like
Yeah.
the grandmothers and the parents going there are gonna be like, that's kind of weird, you know.
Yeah.
But it would have been interesting to see that. That's one of those things like you hear about. They're like, oh, I wonder how different the movies would be if they did that.
Yeah. No, totally.
And this is my last one. This one again, this would have changed probably the whole universe of the movies. Before his death in Avengers, and the subsequent resurrection of Shield agent Coulson, he was supposed to be a Hydra agent in this movie, and he would have taken the place of Sitwell, which is the guy who was in Avengers,
that-
who's the guy that Falcon kicks off or Black Widow kicks off the roof in this movie.
Yeah.
So he would have been that character in this, and he would have been a Hydra agent after Captain America.
That'd have been weird. I'm glad they didn't do that.
That would have been weird, but it would have been kind of cool because it'd be setting up his story all along.
I mean,
Like he's setting up the Avengers to kind of take them down in a way.
it would have. No one would have saw it coming. It would have been. It would've been quite the flip, but
But at the same time, I'm sure he's happy that didn't happen because that would have been probably the last appearance he ever had in the Marvel thing.
right.
But that'd have been kind of cool, especially for like. Imagine if this was our first time watching the movies and that happened, and we were just talking about how we like him in the other movies and stuff.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden he's the bad guy.
You like him more than I do, but yeah.
Yeah, that'd have been kind of cool. We said this a couple weeks ago. I was gonna watch every episode of Agents of Shield, leading up before the movie.
How's that going?
I watched 15 minutes of Thor's right after the Dark World, and they were literally cleaning up London, where the end fight scene took place.
Did they find that monster?
No.
Oh, that'd have been cool.
Well, maybe I didn't finish the episode, so
You didn't even finish the episode.
for 15 minutes, and I was like, I've seen enough. That's
funny.
that's good for me. And I didn't even attempt to watch Captain America's. Yeah, and I usually read the comic prelude, but Captain America's was very stupid. I still read
Alright.
it, but like then it literally could have not came out and it would have been fine. The first issue is literally
Because don't you look forward to doing those?
the first
Yeah.
issue is literally recapping Captain America 1, which I guess you can kind of get away with saying that's a prelude. Bullshit, but you can kind of do that.
Yeah.
And then the second issue was just him taking down these random dudes that were in a building, and they had this random serum that they were gonna like blow up the building and it was gonna infect people and all this stuff, and he took it down, and Black Widow was with him, and then Hawkeye showed up, and that's
Yeah.
it. So it's basically just to show he's still working, but like I knew that from
Right.
Avengers.
Right.
But it was I know they, because usually they tease up the villain and all that, but they want to be like, oh look, it's the Winter Soldier. Hey, look, it's Bucky. Shit like that. But like I feel like they could have done something better.
Right.
'Cause
No,
like,
it sounds.
I know, like the Guardians ones. I'm excited to read that one, which I'll probably have to read tonight because we do Guardians fucking tomorrow. But
It's not my fault.
I know, fucking Marvel. But it's weird that like I'm complaining that they pushed the movie early because we gotta do an extra podcast this week.
Mhm.
Like normally it's like, yeah, I could see the movie early, but it's like, no, we had a schedule.
We did have a schedule.
But
The only good thing is they figured out between Winter Soldier and Guardian of the Galaxy.
yeah.
So we were like, fuck it, we'll just watch Guardians.
What was I saying? Oh yeah, like the Guardians. It's about like the Collector and stuff. And I think it tees up like Star Lord and the Iron Man 2 ones. Like it wasn't about Iron Man. It was about War Machine. So it was still neat.
Yeah.
But like this was weird. I didn't really care for
I
it.
mean, I could see them not like giving a shit.
Yeah. Okay. You know what?
You're just gonna hold it.
I'm going old school, baby. I'm sick of this fucking microphone. Hold on, give me a second.
Man, they don't call you smooth for nothing.
Well, there goes my mic stand.
Jesus. Can you? All right. Are you cool?
We're good.
All right.
Almost deleted my notes in that process, but we're good. All right, Captain America: The Winter Soldier, directed by the Russo brothers. Budget was $177 million. Made $714.3 million in the box office.
So it didn't break $1 billion?
Didn't break $1 billion. It's
Mm.
not quite as good as Iron Man 3, I guess.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
I mean, Iron Man 3 made $1 billion.
Shut the fuck up.
So the movie opens with Cap running past Falcon, and every time he passes him, he goes, on your left.
That was hilarious.
That was pretty funny.
Yeah.
He's goddamn fast. Who do you think would win in a race, Captain America or the Flash?
Well, the Flash.
Yeah, I guess Quicksilver. For instance, we're talking about Marvel.
Well, how fast can he be? They have him in a fucking room. Someone caught him.
I guess that's true. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
No wonder he dies at the end of the movie. Uh,
Spoiler.
right off the bat, we get a Black Widow appearance in the movie, which I thought was pretty cool. Like they were like, because usually they kind of wait for like fight scenes and shit to get people like them in the movie. But she's kind of like the second star of this,
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
which I really liked. I'm really actually looking forward to her movie. It's basically gonna be the Red Sparrow movie with Jennifer Lawrence, but with
Yeah.
her,
Yeah,
it's gonna be the same exact shit.
probably.
But I'm looking forward to it because I really like her, and it'll. Be
I like her.
interesting.
Other she pulls up and makes fun of Captain America for being old.
Yeah, it's real fun.
Yeah.
And then my next note literally just says the whole ship scene was great. Every fight scene on there was so good.
Every fight scene in this entire movie.
Yeah, which I
was
I read
awesome.
a thing too. The guy who plays Falcon, I can't think of his name, Anthony Mackie.
Yeah.
He was in an interview and he talked about what he loved about making this movie is the Russo brothers. Like they said, they want to do a live action movie because that's like dying, like everything CGI nowadays. So if they could build it and if the actors could do it, they did it.
Oh, really?
So they said like the fight scenes and stuff like that. They even said Sebastian Stan, the guy who plays Winter Soldier, he had a plastic knife on set and he was practicing doing his. You know how he like kept doing that fight scene with Captain America, where he drop his knife and catch it. He was practicing shit like that on set constantly because he wanted to look as real and authentic as possible.
Oh, really?
So like they were all like so psyched that like everything was so like real and like the
I mean,
sets were like they
every-
went to real places and
Every
filmed.
time he hits somebody, whether with his fist, his legs, or his shield, like you wince because it fucking hits you
Yeah,
so hard.
And it's like just boom, like the
Yeah.
vibrations through the house and everything. Yeah. Then we get my. Oh, I skipped a little bit by accident. Steve visits the Captain America Museum, and then he goes and visits Peggy, which that's the deleted scene we were just talking about before. I kind of like that scene. He's walking through and he sees a little kid, and like, he's like,
Yeah, that was
for
pretty
the kid and
funny.
all that. And then he goes and visits a really, really, really old Peggy.
Yeah, I could have done without the Peggy scene, but I get it.
I get what they did it.
yeah.
It was a little odd, but I get it. She looked very shitty now. I remember that looking nice, but CGI on her did not hold up very well. I read a thing about that they like use CGI to change like her cheekbones and like her skin color and like all the stuff, like things that would look legit change with you in age. To make her look like how that girl's supposed to look when she's older.
Yeah.
But it's like if I was her, I'd take that as an insult.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she doesn't look as bad as like Marty's mom in Back to the Future.
That's true, but that's like just makeup though. So at least that looks more real, kind of, you know.
Yeah, but
It's still shitty.
yeah.
And then this is what I meant to read before, or what I was trying to read before. We get my favorite scene in the movie: Nick Fury versus Winter Soldier.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
I made a kill count for that scene with Nick Fury because he kills like 700 cops in that scene.
You know,
That's like just like when he's getting in and like the Rams hitting his window and it's like, after precautions down. It's like no hold, and then like right at the end he pops up the gun
so he's driving down the street. The cop
and his
fucking-
6 foe.
Shut the fuck up. He's driving down, and the fake cops all corner him, bash him up, stop him, and then basically try to break him down. And I remembered all that. And I remember all the fake cops. And I remember Winter Soldier coming after he kind of gets away and all that stuff. I didn't remember the fucking machine gun popping up and him just going
just mowing down people.
And I even watched a kill count,
Yeah.
kill count, but that was like what, a year ago. I mean, like,
Yeah.
so I don't know. It's not like I was like, oh my god, but I was like, oh yeah, he's just like murdering people. It was pretty cool.
That scene alone makes me like super excited for Captain
I
Marvel
do not have a favorite scene in this movie.
because there's so many.
It's a complete tie between that, him taking down the plane with just himself on the when he's on the
That's a
motorcycle,
really cool scene too.
and
Yeah,
he has the shield, and then the elevator,
yeah. The other
which is right before he takes down the plane.
yeah. There's a lot of really good fight scenes. You know, I think it's from a paintball episode of Community. It's like a 2-parter, I guess. That's where Kevin Feige saw that episode and he hired these 2 guys to do this movie.
Really?
Because they did such a good job with the paintball episode of Community, which almost makes me want to watch that episode.
That totally makes me want to watch it.
Because I was
And
like,
I don't
like-
watch Community.
because like yeah, that's what got him hired. I thought that was
We
pretty.
should go watch that.
Yeah, we could watch that today. We'll do that's a podcast. Like we'll do
We're
like
not doing a
episode
podcast.
episode 10.5.
Oh my god, it's our lead up.
Yeah. Okay. Cap come home
It's
and
not good when you can't read your own notes.
well, it's because my phone autocorrects, but I type so fast when I watch the movie. Sometimes I don't notice. But okay, Cap come home. Peggy's niece. Oh, okay. Cap comes home, and Peggy's niece tells him that I think you left your stereo on. He climbs through the window and finds Nick Fury, and then we get a really cool Captain America and Bucky chase scene.
Oh yeah.
I like that. So I got a question. I wrote her Peggy's niece. Is she Peggy's niece or Peggy's granddaughter? I couldn't remember. I know they say in Civil War.
I think you're right with niece,
Niece? Okay.
but I could be wrong. I don't.
Halfway through the movie, I was like, oh, I don't remember if she's the niece or not. Because they don't say it in this movie. They say it in Civil War, I'm pretty sure.
I think it's niece, but I wouldn't bet my life on it.
If you care, comment down below and correct me. But yeah, that was really cool. I really like
We
that.
always get corrected on shit we don't even care about.
Yeah, then when I actually want someone to correct me,
Yeah,
I
then-
like the information because
yeah.
I don't want to look it up.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm not gonna comment. Nah, you can figure it out yourself. But that scene, he's chasing Buggy and just literally running through walls.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Like he's running through the room and like bashes into the wall. You see like a shield-sized hole in the wall.
See, that's the thing. I said this last. I think I said this when we watched Captain America. Is that like I didn't really care. Like when Bucky died, I was like, oh, his friend died. Like I don't I don't
You're talking
read.
about the first time you saw it.
Yeah, I don't read comics.
Yeah.
So I didn't know Bucky became.
'Cause I got
Winter
plenty over there. You could start somewhere if you wanted.
You know, I'm good. So I didn't know he became Winter Soldier. I didn't know that was an option. Like I thought if you died, you were dead.
No, usually in comics you die. You're either
Right.
a superhero or a villain.
Right. And so that never occurred to me. So then when they
Unless you're Eddie and Flash.
will you shut the fuck up?
And you never come back.
I hope he never comes back ever.
I want him to so bad.
I know you do. So when we went and go see this in the theaters, I was like, I don't know who fuck this guy is.
Yeah, I thought it was fucking Robin, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, not Robin from How I Met Your Mother, which is Maria Hill.
That's how I read her in my notes, too. Robin.
Yeah, but that could confuse people.
Yeah, I don't know her name, though.
Isn't it Maria Hill?
I think you're right. I got IMDb right here. Her
Yeah,
name-
Maria Hill.
Yeah, I'm still calling her Robin.
Well, no, I get that. She's Robin. She's way more Robin than she's Maria
I
Hill.
could call her. That's not Captain Sparkles. Robin Sparkles.
Oh, you fucked me up.
I don't remember now.
It's not Robin Sparkles. There's another one that can correct us on. See, that's because you just fucking all over the place.
Yeah, I say a lot of things.
It's hard to keep track.
I could look it up while you should I?
No, I don't care that much.
Oh, okay. Comment down below or down.
Yeah, comment down below about How I Met Your Mother on our Captain America video. What the fuck was I saying? But something about Bucky.
Oh, Bucky.
So the first time I didn't care like who Bucky was, and I'm
Mhm.
like, okay, he's the bad guy. He's got an arm. You know, how hard is it to beat up an arm? You know. But then, now that I've seen him all the way through, then I've rewatched them all again. I'm like, I liked him in the first one because he stuck up for him. He was his friend. Now I'm like, oh, that would be hard, you know. And then he's cool in Civil War too.
Yeah, he's really cool in Civil War.
So then I'm like, so now watching this one, he was a badass in this one. Now watching it again.
Yeah, no, I agree. Because the first couple times, like you said, I didn't really care. Cause especially because like it's our first time watching, this first time being introduced to characters. It's hard to pay attention to every little thing in it like that.
Right.
And like and literally care for everybody.
No, yeah, totally. I was more concerned with Captain America, Falcon.
Yeah, and
Like, I didn't know who Falcon was either.
Like who's Falcon? Oh, look, it's Black Widow. Oh, like this cool stuff like that. But then watching it again, I really do like him. He's one of my favorite, I think, guys in the MCU now. from
Oh
watching
yeah,
his
me too.
movies.
Yeah, totally.
I'm excited to see
Except
him
now he has one arm.
potentially get a vibranium arm. I think that'd be pretty sweet. Because I
Maybe.
think that's gonna happen. He's in Wakanda. He'll get a vibranium arm.
He's gonna get something. They're not gonna have.
I mean,
him
he has a
fucking-
metal arm in the trailer for Avengers.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, I think it's all black.
I thought it was already vibranium. Wasn't it?
I mean, they cut it off pretty easily. So,
Well, they didn't.
because
cut-
didn't just Iron Man like cut it off with the shield, with Cap's shield in Civil War, when they're fighting like in that
we haven't got to that movie yet.
in that little snowy area. Because if it's vibranium, shouldn't he not? I mean, I guess maybe vibranium could cut vibranium potentially.
Yeah, there's different kinds. I heard.
Oh, really?
Yeah, one of the podcasts. I
But is
listened
that canon in like these movies, or is that comics?
That's comics.
Oh, okay.
There was like Antarctica. But, I'm not getting into it because I don't know. But yeah.
Can I just ask you one thing real quick?
Yeah.
Is your mic on? I just wanted to make sure because I was a little worried.
Yeah.
Okay, we're good.
That scared the shit out of me.
Sorry.
Why did you do that?
I give everyone like sometimes I like to lean over to make sure we've been going. We're going for 20
Don't
minutes.
you realize by now that if you think about it, it's on. If you don't think about it, we would have talked for 45 minutes with it off.
Yeah, I just get real worried. All right,
I mean,
so
isn't there like little things popping up there when I talk?
yeah, but that happens if I just hit the record button once.
Which you
So that's where
plenty of
that's where it
times.
confuses me sometimes. We're real bad at making videos. We've only made like 700. Yeah. So Nick Fury dies. I
Yeah.
like that. I remember in the theater, like, it's like, oh, he's dead. And then, like, 30 minutes go by, I'm like, is he really fucking dead? Like, what? Like, I legit in the movie theater was like, he can't be dead. It's Samuel L. Jackson, no.
Yeah. You never really believed it.
Oh, and then this my next part. Did you laugh when they're walking through the hallway and Captain America walks past Agent 13 or that's all I wrote down is Agent 13, Peggy's aunt, Peggy's niece.
Agent 13's fine.
And I forget who he's talking to, but he's talking to someone. She walks by and she goes, "Captain." He goes, "Neighbor."
Yeah, I did laugh actually.
I really liked that part. Then Alexander Pierce blames the pirates on Nick Fury and threatens Captain America, which I believe, that leads right into the incredible elevator scene.
Oh yeah.
He was Pierce was a pretty good bad guy in this.
Yeah, I mean he's a good actor.
I didn't know. I saw in the trivia that he did a movie previously with Scarlett Johansson, and this like reunited them.
Oh really? I didn't know he.
They did a movie a couple years ago. I don't remember what it was, but and then. Oh, Cap goes and gets his USB behind the gum, and Black Widow already had it, and then she tells him all about the Winter Soldier.
So, I want to interrupt you.
Yeah.
What's your favorite Robert Redford movie?
That one we saw with Meme on theaters, but I can't think of the name.
Do you like that better than this thing?
Well, 'cause he was in that more, so I think that's more of a Robert Redford film, I feel like, than
He's in both. Those are my two favorite, though. The Sting and then...
Winter Soldier.
No, not Winter Soldier. Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid.
Yeah, that was really good. I did like that a lot, though.
You know, they're both really good.
It's funny 'cause like I watched Arrow the entire series like literally probably 7 times, and then we watched that movie with Mima, and then it just happened to be when I was rewatching Arrow, and I come home and then Diggle's like, "What are we, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid or something?" And I was like, I get that now. Like when he said that before, I'm like, okay.
Well, didn't we watch something where they compared it? Like, this is maybe Beverly Hills Cop, and they're like. But just like Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid.
Yeah, it was like the same time. I was like, I get that too.
Yeah, and then I'm like, you never got that before, and because they even said they all die at the end.
Yeah, it never even like because I didn't know what they're talking about, so it just flies past my head.
Right.
Like Cassie. Speaking of that, go check out our new podcast we started with Hess called Random Rambling. So we talk about Tupac and everything else.
Biggie.
Oh, what I wanted to say too before you interrupted me there.
Sorry,
when Black Widow was talking about the Winter Soldier, I don't know if it's because watching it on your TV or it's a DVD and like higher quality or what, but every scene they show Winter Soldier with his mask, you can 110% tell it's Bucky. Like I remember in the theaters, it's like when it's dark, but at home, like the lighting is different on the TV, shit like that. You can 100% tell it's Bucky.
Well, don't you think it's because we know what he looks like?
I mean, yeah, but like even
I just watched
feel like,
Captain America.
I feel like if you were trying to figure it out. You could easily tell that look, cause like there's the scene where he's in Robert Redford's house, and he's sitting in the chair. It's like that looks like Bucky sitting in the, cause he's not wearing his mask then either.
Yeah.
It's like that's Bucky sitting in the chair right there. But you're not supposed to be able to see because it's dark in his face. But it's on the DVD you can 100% tell.
Oh, we weren't supposed to know by then. I could even tell on my phone.
You're not supposed to know until the reveal.
When he rips off.
When he rips off the mask in front of Captain America, cause that's when we all found out in the theater.
I mean, maybe you're right.
So I was like, oh, it's kind of funny. Like, you probably could have figured it out sooner.
Yeah, didn't I pause it out there? I didn't watch this on my phone. I watched this on the TV, too.
Yeah.
I think I stopped it right at that scene.
Oh, really?
Like, this is where he talked to Bucky. And then
yeah. I mean, it definitely helps because we know he's it.
Yeah. But you're right. There's no way you wouldn't know.
They take the USB to the Apple store, which is still very funny. And the guy
yeah.
walks up to him and is like, "You are a specimen."
That was weird. Captain America's like sneaky funny.
Yeah, he really is.
Yeah, because he's not like Star-Lord. He's not like
Like he's not
Man.
trying to make jokes. It's because he's at a place and like
Yeah.
he's an old man in a young man's body, which I saw too. I didn't catch this in the movie. When he's walking through the mall, he's wearing a World War II veteran hat.
Oh really?
and like in the trivia, it's like, yeah, he really is. I was like, I didn't even catch that.
I didn't catch that either.
The old Shield base is where Captain America trained in New Jersey, which I thought that was kind of cool. We get to see like a little flashback of him running by.
Yeah.
We get, I think, 2 flashbacks of young Steve in this.
Young Steve.
Little Steve. That's the rap name.
Steve-O.
Yo, I'm Little Steve. I'm Captain America. That's all I got.
You know, it's supposed to rhyme.
That comes in later.
Rhymed Captain America.
Oh, I liked when Black Widow goes, "Shall we play a game?"
Yeah, that was.
You know what? How I figured out, like, because it was real hard getting trivia for this movie, because a lot of it.
What are you doing?
The SD card's gonna fill up in 2 minutes. Hold on, let me go clear something. All right, so there's gonna be a couple of cuts in this podcast. I cleared the SD card, but in the middle of me clearing it, the battery said it's gonna die, even though I put a fresh fucking battery in there.
You have a lot of electrical problems.
Yeah, so I'm charging another one right now. So when this one dies, I'm gonna switch the battery again, and hopefully we can get through this podcast. I might have to use a different camera towards the end of this. Where was I?
You were right there.
My notes skipped down. Okay. Oh yeah, the old Shield piece of that. So I liked when she said the other game. It was a weird reveal that Zola is still alive. I didn't remember when we first watched that. I didn't expect that at all. Him being that little computer.
Yeah, it was kind of goofy to me.
It was very goofy. I still kind of wish that they would have done the robot thing. They said just to see what that'd be like.
Yeah.
But then he blows up and or I guess Hydra shoots a bomb at them and blow him up. Almost kills Black Widow and Captain America. And then this is another thing I read. So in the middle of Zola telling his speech, he kind of tells us that Bucky killed Howard Stark in this.
Oh yeah.
Because they show Howard Stark and they show Bucky, clearly Bucky again.
Mm-hmm.
And then they show Howard Stark and a bunch of the people that died.
Yeah.
And they basically tell you that. So Captain America should have known that already.
Yeah, that or he killed Preacher.
Well, I guess the same thing in a way. For those who don't know, that was a Preacher joke. Pierce has a meeting with Bucky and then kills his maid. And that's all we get from that scene, really.
That was interesting because, I'm thinking, all right, he's just like the brains of the operation.
And then she walks in and he's like, I wish you would have not.
And he looked like he was like,
The camera just died.
what the fuck?
Oh my god. Alright, we're back again. I put in the new battery that I literally just plugged in, and it says it can record for 92 minutes. So I think my camera's fucking lying to me.
This could be the longest podcast in history. We're going to go another 92 minutes?
Hopefully not. Oh my god. Fucked up my notes again.
You're having a rough
I
morning.
am. God damn it. Okay.
Okay.
Let's talk about Pierce killed his maid, and there was
yeah, so what I wanted to say is, she walks in, and then he looks, all sad. Like, oh, I really didn't want to do this. And then shoots her twice. I was like, Jesus.
Yeah.
And then I thought, what, does he call someone to clean that up? Because that's his house.
Yeah, he calls the same guy John Wick calls.
Oh, okay. I can buy that.
Well, speaking of that,
for fuck's sake.
the guys who directed this, the Russo brothers, they've directed Civil War and they're directing Avengers Infinity War, are making a Netflix superhero movie with supposedly Keanu Reeves to star. Which sounds amazing.
Sounds amazing. I didn't know they were directing Infinity War.
I think they're directing Infinity War and then the next one after that too. So that'd be pretty. I mean, obviously, if they're doing that, the Netflix one isn't going to come out for a while.
Right.
But that'd be pretty neat. And then Black Widow kicks the Hydra agent off. Oh, I skipped a little bit. The Senator from Iron Man's back. We haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah.
And then he says Hail Hydra to, I forget the guy's name, but the guy that Black Widow kicks off the roof.
Not Coulson.
Yeah, and then Black Widow kicks the guy off the roof, and Falcon catches him, brings him up there, and they basically talk him into giving them a bunch of
Is that the first time
information.
we see Falcon as Falcon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I guess on his wings, there's a little Stark Industries logo, so Stark made those.
There's a surprise.
Yeah, I just thought I'd throw that out there. Then the whole fight scene on the highway fight scene is incredible, and then we get the reveal
that's
that
another
Bucky
one
is
that
the
we
Winter
didn't
Soldier.
include that as our best scenes.
Yeah, that's a really long fight scene too, but it's really cool. Like they're jumping off of the highway, going down, shooting a fucking minigun through a bus at Captain America.
Which, if you think about that fight scene, at one point he reaches in with his bionic arm and pulls off the fucking
The steering wheel,
and then
Yeah, that was
Falcon's
funny.
like, "What the fuck?" No wonder they hate each other in Civil War. I forgot about that shit.
Oh, I didn't even click on me. Yeah.
Yeah, they're giving each other shit all the time. Man.
I can't wait to watch that when they're in that car together. Scoot over, and he's like, no. Them just arguing back and forth. That was real funny. And then they kidnap Paul Rudd. I really liked all that. It's the fight music girl. Robin saves Captain Falcon and Black Widow, and then shows him that Nick Fury's alive. So I pointed this out to Nick.
Me or Fury?
You.
Okay.
Since Avengers, every one of these movies has had a death fake out.
Yeah.
I don't know what's the point of that.
I think it's pure coincidence.
You think so?
Yeah.
I thought that was weird. Like literally every single one had a death fake out since Avengers. Like Iron Man did it. Thor
the
did
Iron
it,
Man
and
was.
this.
I don't know if it was a fake. I mean, I guess technically they're all.
She
fake.
fell through the fire. It's like no, and then she's alive.
All right. I'll give it this.
Thor, Loki.
But like, you never believed Loki was dead.
Thor did.
Yeah, but Thor
He
fucking
also
falls for that invisible shit every time.
Thor also thought he was dead at the end of Thor 1.
Yeah, see what I mean?
But
Thor
yeah,
thought he
and
was
then
dead at the
Cap
end of
does
Avengers,
this.
and he was fucking handcuffed to him.
And then Pierce orders Bucky to be wiped and prepped again because Bucky started like remembering shit. And then right after that, the moment you've all been waiting for, we got our 9th Stan Lee cameo.
Oh, man. I am so fired.
And Cap steals his old suit from the museum.
I forgot about that. You got to see that twice.
No, I heard it once.
Yeah.
And then I watched it for myself. I was getting a drink out of the old fridge. And
Why
I-
not the new
and I go,
fridge?
oh, I'm going to be so fired. Oh, God.
Yeah, it kind of reminded me of Mom.
I can see that. Mom's kind of Stanley-ish. They all break into S.H.I.E.L.D. and Cap tells everyone everything about Hydra. And then Black Widow reveals herself as that one chick, like on the Senate board or whatever.
Yeah.
That was a pretty cool reveal. I remember in the theaters being like, "Oh shit!" And then like watching it again, and then she also zaps herself later. That like her whole everything she does in this movie is pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, even when she was fighting Winter Soldier, it was kind of cool. I mean, he ended up beating the shit out of her, but
Yeah.
she gave it her all-out effort.
And then they all get to the helicarriers and put the shit inside of it. And then they shoot down all the helicarriers, even though Captain America's in one of them, which I thought was a little bit of a dick move.
They told him to.
Yeah, I know, but still.
He said, "Do it."
Where's the honor code?
He said, "Do it."
I guess.
So he said, "Do it,
If he-
Robin."
If he told them to jump off a bridge, would they do that too?
I mean, he jumped out of the helicarrier. Well, he fell out of the helicarrier.
I guess that's true, yeah.
What the fuck's a bridge gonna do?
Oh, I really like the scene where Falcon's running through the building. He jumps out, and then they catch him with the helicopter.
Yeah, that was pretty.
And he's
cool.
like, I said 43rd floor. And then Samuel Jackson's like, it's not like they number them on the outside.
Yeah.
Them
But
together do
apparently
really
he didn't even need to jump out because that other guy didn't jump out. and
Yeah, he would
he's
just turn
fucking
into a
alive.
villain for the next movie.
Yeah, he could be El Falca.
El faggot? What?
I was gonna say Falca Cone, but it didn't come out right.
He called him El faggot.
Kind of.
Where was I? Oh yeah, sorry, you threw me, you threw
I got
me
you
off
all-
with that.
Got you all excited with El Falca.
Is that a new superhero? that could be Nick Swartzen. You know how he plays in Reno 911, the rollerblading guy?
Yeah.
He's El Faggot in this. Bucky saves Cap from drowning. We see Crossbones all burnt up in the hospital. I'm just kind of naming shit that happens now.
I
This
noticed.
part I thought was really funny. Black Widow says, you're not going to put any of us in a prison. But in Civil War, all of Team Caps they all get put in prison.
Yeah. I mean, that's what it's leading up to.
Yeah, but at this point, she's like, you're not going to arrest us. You need us. You ain't going to get a single one of us in prison. And then next Captain America movie, they're all in prison.
Well, yeah, but I mean, yeah.
I lost my spot again. This happens a lot. Okay. Cap and Falcon team up to take down the rest of Hydra. At least that's what they say they're going to do. And then we're on to the end credit scenes. Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch are in the one dude's building from the beginning of Age of Ultron.
Yeah.
And then the next one is Bucky at the Cap Museum.
So Bucky's been in 2 end credit scenes.
Yeah. So you ready to watch the trailer for Guardians?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
We're doing that now?
I mean, you got anything else you want to do? You want to, like, touch my balls or something?
We did just watch Call Me By Your Name yesterday.
Yeah, you could have sex in a peach, and then you could eat it.
Yeah, I'll pass.
All right, so we're hitting play for all you audio listeners right now.
Did you just call them listeners?
Yeah, they're our little listeners, little Pleeka listeners. Hope I got the volume high enough
Yeah, no shit.
or low enough.
I don't know what that means. Do you have...
I honestly can't see anything. Oh, there we go. Do you remember that like you were not sure about this movie, and like I had to talk Taylor into going and seeing it? I don't even know if you saw it in theaters.
Yeah,
first.
no, totally remember.
Me and Taylor saw it once on Friday. It came out, and then that Sunday saw it again.
Star-Lord, man.
You know, it'd be helpful if we could see this goddamn thing.
I guess I could turn up the brightness.
There we go.
That helps.
We arrested these 5 on Xandar. Check out the rap.
I mean, if you think about it.
Drax, aka the
Okay,
Destroyer.
he could be anybody.
Family were killed. He's been on a rampage across galaxy in a search for
Rampage.
Gamora.
Gamora, some green bitch. I don't know who that is.
Dozen counts of murder.
Well, but you don't. No one knows who like Ant-Man is.
Fucking.
You didn't know who Ant-Man was, and you went and saw that.
I knew he was Paul Rudd.
Yeah, you knew that was Chris Pratt.
Yeah, but I didn't really see Chris Pratt in anything before that.
You know that's Vin Diesel.
Yeah, that's the reason not to see it.
He lives life in the fast lane.
He's also known as Star-Lord.
To be fair, I don't think I was the only
No,
one.
no, yeah, no. Most people were not on board with this. I was in the minority for sure.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know how this machine worked.
I can't wait for Chris Pratt to interact with like fucking Iron Man.
Yeah, you know what I didn't think about,
Hmm.
and I saw James Gunn tweet about it. Someone asked, "How are the Guardians going to be able to talk to the Avengers, anybody on Earth, if they don't speak English and all that?" Because I guess they all speak. I guess it's said in this, like in the little thing. I never caught this in the movies. When they're on there and it says all that stuff about them when they're in the prison, they all have a translator on them, so what they're saying comes out into English.
Oh, really?
So they'll be speaking alien and shit in Avengers, but no one's gonna hear them. So I wonder if there'll be a funny scene where that doesn't work or something.
Oh, maybe.
But that never even crossed my mind.
I mean, it doesn't work for Chris Pratt. 'Cause he's from.
Well,
Earth.
he probably can speak, but they're talking about the raccoon and Drax and Gamora and all that.
What about Groot? Does he need a translator?
No, he's a tree. I'm excited for that. I'm literally gonna have to watch that tonight because we gotta do a podcast tomorrow.
Yeah, you want to tell him why?
Yeah, we'll explain why. Let me close this. I already downloaded the trailer, so let's get out of here. All right. So what? This needs to focus on us, not on. There we go. So we will begin to be so. This podcast that you're watching right now, obviously, because you're watching it, came out on Monday. Guardians of the Galaxy, we're gonna try come out on Wednesday because we've talked about this a little bit before, but Marvel pushed Avengers: Infinity War 1 week early.
So now,
without even attempting to have a conversation with us about it. I don't know why not. They know we have a schedule of how these podcasts got to come out leading up to Avengers: Infinity War.
especially with Arrow, Black Lightning, and fucking Flash coming out, we got shit. And
Yeah.
now we're doing fucking.
It was a big dick move of them
Tupac.
not to even send us a slight email or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, so we have to watch Guardians of the Galaxy tonight, both of us. So then we could do a podcast tomorrow, so then it can come out Wednesday, and then after that,
Then we can do one.
then
more
we have to
week.
watch actually Avengers that week too, Avengers 2. So then we could have that podcast come out next Monday.
Yeah, but we'll have the whole week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we gotta watch a couple of these movies because they pushed our dates. So
But-
that means, I mean, if you enjoy this podcast, that's good for you. You get 2 Pleeka podcasts in 1 week.
It's also cool that we figured this out between Captain America and Guardians.
Yeah, like
Between
if this would have been like
Between
you gotta watch Iron Man 3 and then Thor 2 in the same week, I might have killed myself.
yeah, although I remember I liked Thor too.
Yeah, I don't know how.
Yeah, me either.
You also, well, I guess no, you didn't like Iron Man 3, huh? I liked it more than you, but still thought it was shitty.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's weird.
yeah, I definitely would not have enjoyed this. So it's good that we get to watch a good movie. I mean, basically, Avengers 2 it's not the best, but it's not a shitty movie either. It's not nowhere near like Thor 2 or anything like that.
No, it's not one of my favorites.
I don't even actually remember. I remember the ending and like the beginning. I don't remember a lot in the middle. Like I remember we were talking. We are like, is Falcon in Avengers 2? Because we couldn't remember. Because it'd be weird for him to be in this and then not be in Avengers 2.
Yeah.
But I remember him at
I
the
honestly
at
don't
the
remember.
end scene at the new Avengers building.
I just
Because that's where he's at in Ant-Man.
I remember it reminded me of Iron Man 3 because Ultron has those things like him, and it's like Iron Man has all those, and it's just like
Yeah.
so many robots and shit, and it's just
The-
I'm just not into the
the-
robots fighting.
The cool thing, we'll get to see Andy Serkis again. Because remember they go get him and they cut up his arm,
Yeah.
or I think Ultron cuts up his arm. So we'll get to see him in it briefly again too. I remember people saw they were like, "Holy shit, Andy Serkis is in this."
Yeah, I didn't know who he was. I was just like,
Yeah.
who's that weird dude?
I was like, "Oh, it's Caesar."
Chavez?
No, Planet of the Apes, stupid.
Uh,
So I got a suggestion. I'm just
no.
throwing this out into the ether. I told
Ether.
Nick, because we're watching all the Marvel movies, which this was his idea for the podcast, so it's only fair I get to pick the next one.
Oh, like you don't like this shit, you fucking comic.
But I said, what if our next journey is watching all 6 of the original Planet of the Apes films 1 week at a time, doing a podcast on it. And then you could pick the next movie series after that. Like we could watch all the Fletches.
All 2 of them?
Yeah.
You know what's funny?
What?
That was gonna be my suggestion.
See, I knew it. I know you like the back of my butthole. But all right, if you guys enjoyed this podcast,
We're not done.
leave a like and subscribe.
We're not done.
What do you got?
Who's your favorite actor? Fuck ass.
Oh, favorite actor, fuck ass. In this movie, I'm gonna have to go with Sebastian Stan.
I'll go Samuel L. Jackson.
You already picked him for Iron Man. You can pick the same actor.
I can do whatever
No,
the
I'm
fuck
just
I
kidding. Yeah, go ahead.
want.
I'm actually surprised you didn't pick Scarlett Johansson. She was my second choice, but I really liked. I
actually,
really liked
Anthony
Bucky in that.
Mackie would probably have been my second choice.
Oh, really?
Not
I
going
guess-
with Captain America because that's
Yeah, we
too
try
obvious.
not to pick the main person in the movie because that's kind of
Unless
a
you're
given.
him, and then you just go, oh, I want to be Captain America.
Thanks for watching the Pleeka podcast,
Wait,
everybody.
we're not done yet. Didn't we forget something else?
All right, talked about our favorite. You didn't have a favorite scene because all of a sudden you can change the rules. I did.
But this is all so cool. I find my
We don't rank the Stan Lee cameos anymore.
because they all suck.
Well, what about this one? He goes, "Oh, I am so fired."
Yeah, it sucks.
What about? Can I have my shoe back? You didn't like him when he said that?
That was kind of funny.
It was major acting right there.
That was kind of funny.
No, it wasn't. They're all dumb.
Well, no, because it
The
was
best one is in
it was more because you were like, you just took the dude's shoe, like.
I really in I'm pretty sure it's Doctor Strange, right? When he's he's up with his dudes.
I do not remember any of them unless I just watched it.
Because he's like, oh, I forget what they're called. I think they're called.
Except for
You think
Deadpool.
he's like a watcher or something, and he's talking to me. He's like, yeah, one time I was a postman. So like it shows that like it's the same person every time, and like he's like watching the Marvel universe. Do you remember that?
No.
Well, we'll get into that when we watch the movie. We'll have a whole discussion about Stan Lee more than we are now.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Don't you wish you would have let me end it now?
No, because now my favorite scene. Didn't I say the airplane?
You already said you didn't have one, so
Okay, it's
you
the
can't pick one now.
It's the one where he just takes down the fucking jet fighter.
I'm cutting that out.
I don't give a fuck.
You can't have it. He said he didn't have a favorite scene, and then now he
You
says
made me pick one.
I did not.
The fuck was that?
I did not.
I thought we did something else. Oh, like rank our movies?
Oh yeah, okay. So my favorite movies
What?
list goes Winter Soldier, Avengers, Captain America, Black Panther, Iron Man, Thor, Iron Man 3, Iron Man 2, Hulk, Thor: The Dark World.
Yeah, I'm not repeating all that shit.
I'll say yours.
Okay.
This is Nick's. Winter Soldier, Avengers, Captain America, Iron Man, Black Panther, Thor, Iron Man 2, Thor 2, Iron Man 3, Hulk.
So Winter Soldier is now our favorite movie so far.
Yeah.
What's happening?
Charge the battery pack. Well, it's still going, so let's just wrap this up. This is the rough podcast. Let's wrap it up before I got to put in a new battery pack just to do an outro.
Okay.
You need anything else to say?
No, it's cool. I'll wrap it up,
Okay.
bitch.
If you like this podcast, please give it a like, subscribe. I'm not putting in a new battery pack. You're just going to be looking at a still image of me or something.
Put
Like
a picture up of I don't know, Captain America.
well, like, subscribe. Maybe go check out our Patreon. If you support us on there, maybe we could have a camera film us the entire podcast. Who knows? see you guys.
Maybe we could afford another battery.
See you guys next time.